Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week of April the 8th through the 14th. I have just cleared your deck for the reading, and I'm just putting the final shuffle on those cards right now. We'll see what's coming up. We are going to look at this differently than I used to do the other weeklies when I was doing them before. So we're going to look at some main themes in very particular areas of your life for the week. Okay, so let's take a peek. Let's see what happens for Capricorn. Okay, Capricorns. The first card that I have talks to me about your environment, and your environment is um, any place where you have energy or effort already invested. And so, what I'm seeing about your environment is you're feeling like you're a little bit vulnerable in your environment, and you're finding ways to defend yourself. So if this is home, maybe you're putting up a privacy fence, maybe you're planting hedges. If this is somebody in the house that you're feeling vulnerable to, then maybe you're finding ways to put up defenses between you and that person. So this can also be, like I said, this can be work or this can be school. But something is making you feel defensive, like you need to put up defenses in your environment, whichever environment we're talking about there for you Capricorns. And also keep in mind, this is a general reading, so not everything that I say is going to apply to every single Capricorn. If you do want a reading where I can look specifically at your particular energies, then you would have to book a private reading, and you can find contact information to do that on my website, which is www.amista.info, amista.info. Alrighty, so let's take a peek at subconscious leanings for Capricorn. Hey, Tammy Bambi, are you a Cappy? I think you are, right? Subconscious leanings for Capricorn for the week of the 8th through the 14th. It looks to me like there's something that you want to have another shot at or bring back to life. So you may be having a relationship that you want to have another chance at making it right. This may be some kind of project at work. This may be some kind of hobby that maybe you started and then you decided you weren't ready yet, and now you're ready to bring it back out. Whatever this is that you want to bring back into being, your subconscious is really working on, how can I actually do this? Oh, cool, cool. Well, awesome. I'm glad you're here then, Tammy. Next thing that we're looking at for you Capricorns is um, learning style and also communication style. So learning style for Capricorns. I think you're really focused right now on things that you can learn that can bring you more income or can bring you more abundance. That's where you're really focused on gathering new information at the moment, Capricorns. And then as far as communication style, I really think your communication style this week is one that is definitely more humble. You're not coming off as arrogant. You're not coming off as being the leader. You're not coming off as being large and in charge. You're coming off as somebody who is, um, what's the best way to describe this? You're coming off as somebody who is very humble and who really, you're thinking of the other people before you. So as you're communicating, the ideas that you're communicating are based very much on what the other person wants or needs, much more so than on what you want or need. At least for this week, that's the main theme. Tammy, at the end of this video, I am going to answer one question. So if you want to be thinking about what question you want to ask, go ahead and feel free to pop it into the window, because I'm just going to read through the questions at the end and figure out which one to answer, or ask Spirit to tell me which one to answer. And right now, you're the only one in the room. If it stays that way, then obviously it'll be your question. We'll see what happens with that. No guarantees, though. All right, so the next thing that we have coming up talks to me about work. And for me, work is weird. It does mean those things that we do to create an income for ourselves, but it also can mean those things that we're doing to improve our own inner character. So we're going to look at both meanings of that word. So it looks to me like, as far as making a living, The job that you're at, you may be quitting. If you have multiple jobs, maybe you're quitting one of your jobs. But if you have one job, you may be saying, take this job and, Hmm. I don't need it anymore type of thing, okay? Or it may just be that you're just fed up. It may not be that you don't need it anymore. You're just fed up with what's going on and you need to get out of there while you still have your sanity. Either way, looks to me like you guys could very easily be leaving a job. If you're not leaving a job, then you could be really changing dramatically how you interact with other people at work. There could be somebody that you're completely just not talking to anymore, or even a group of people that you're completely cutting out as far as your experience at work. So either walking away from a job or cutting off communication with other people there at the job. All right. The next thing that we have coming up talks to me about that part of your personality, which is being grown or expanded right now. And so that part of your personality, what we're looking at is your sense of humor, your ability to laugh, um, and the ability to see the silver lining in whatever might be going on around you is definitely being expanded this week. Thinking quickly on your feet, that's another part of it that's being expanded this week. Okay. The next thing that we're looking at is we're looking at those things that you stand for. This actually is influenced by Mars. So these are things that you stand for, possibly even aggressively or very assertively. It looks to me like you're having a hard time finding peace, just core peace within yourself. And there must be somebody around you saying, hey, why can't you just relax? What's your problem? Why are you so uptight? All that stuff that people say. And you've had to tell them, you know what? I'm this way because da 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 da. Da. And if you don't get it, I'm sorry, but you need to get out of my face. Okay. So that's what we've got you standing up for. And then the next thing that I'm looking at is how other people perceive you. So from the outside looking in, this is my take it with a grain of salt card out of this spread because the way other people perceive us doesn't necessarily line up or jive with how we see ourselves. And also, other people don't know the full big picture like we do. You have a lot going on, right? Let's see. So, how other people perceive Capricorns this week. They see you as somebody who has sort of wandered out of your comfort zone, maybe even intentionally left your comfort zone. And now you're coming back into that comfort zone. You've decided that, as far as they're concerned, it looks to them like you've decided that you were in over your head and now you want to go back to the old version of normal, which, by the way, may not be completely possible. So, what's going on here that's sort of pivotal in this week, and that's going to actually have an impact on where your experience stands in general, is that there are some major changes coming in for you at a personal level. This is inner transformation. This is transformation of core values. So, your perspective is going to be shifting in a really big way once we get towards the end of this week. And once that does that, I think that it kind of puts you into a little bit of a funk. It has you realizing that you're not exactly sure what it is that makes you happy. You would like to do things that make you happy, but you're just not sure what that is. And so you start to look for those things that make you happy once we get towards the end of the week. The other thing coming up is you do have some spiritual help. You have some help from somebody that's on the other side. For most of you Capricorns, this is going to be a male, an authority figure. This could be a teacher, a mentor. This could be an uncle. This could be a dad. This could be a grandpa. This could be an older brother. Okay. But this person who has crossed over is helping by influencing things from where he is to try to aid you in adjusting to your new way of looking at things and your new perspective. And then the other thing that comes up, because it is a new perspective and it's different than how it used to be, is that there's friction between friends that comes up towards the end of the week. So friction between you and some friends because you are handling things differently, you're thinking about things differently, you're looking at things differently, and your friends kind of thought they could count on you to stay the same. That's always a bad thing to count on somebody for, isn't it? So there is some friction there. So you just want to kind of take that in stride, keep in mind, choose your battles. Don't just battle about everything. And also, I'm hearing that this is going to help you if you can explain to your friends what you're going through and what's changing, because then they will understand where you're coming from, and it'll help them to feel less insecure about what's going on with you. Okay? So that's what we have for you, Capricorns. Thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out, Miss Tammy Bambi. I don't see any questions here in the chat, so I guess I'm going to call this reading over. For those of you who would like to schedule a private reading or a private Reiki session, feel free to call me or text me. You can find my phone number on my website. Also, if you are out of the United States, feel free to use Skype to reach me. You can find that information on my website as well, and my website is www.amista.info. Everyone have a fantastic weekend. If I don't see you before the weekend is over, peace out.